Shalom, Israel. So just a daily dump, so we can have the proper meditation, right, or the right flow of reasoning, right? Just want to take something out or share something that we can learn from day to day, right? One of the things that I learn or just want to improve on is the spirit or the atmosphere of being consistent. Being consistent can take you anywhere, everywhere, right? Because you can build stuff, right? And most of the time, or rather, we can say that consistency is small win, right? Because you're building small, you're starting small, you're doing what you can, basically, right? And if you can do what you can every day, then you're building something, right? And that's actually effort, or that's, I guess, diligence, right? Because diligence is the effort, or that careful effort, right? So that you can always maintain your presence, right? In a law, in a law context, it's it's innocence, right? Diligence maintains your innocence. But from a workout or a goal setting, right? Diligence maintains your presence, right? If you can do it daily, then you can achieve it, right? And once you build that consistency, it becomes a habit, or it becomes part of you, right? And actually, that's all that we need in this, whatever it is that you're building, right? Because you're used to doing stuff from the smallest percentage towards a more challenging way. Now, what this is more important, of course, not just in our daily life, but in workouts, right, or in exercise, right? Because when you build that consistent effort of working out, right, you can then have a mind, or a clear mind. Because once you have that clear mind, right, you can it's easy to focus, it's easy to do things, right? And it's part of you taking care of yourself, right? Let's read this verse, right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 31 verse 19. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, right? So let's start off with that. If you can maintain your consistency or your small wins by maintaining small numbers, you're most likely focused, or your mind is set on a good goal, right? That can be taking care of yourself, right? And taking care of yourself is nurturing yourself, right? When you have the right mindset or goal, you can start off low or small, right? That's why it says here, a very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured. Again, a very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured. You're satisfied with small wins because you know you're going to get there anyways, right? You know you're going to have a healthy body, a healthy mind, right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 verse 15. Health and good estate, excuse me, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. See, if you, well, to connect this to the first verse, right? you need to have the right mindset. You need to have the right goal, right? If your goal is only to impress or to, I don't know, whatever reason that you may have, right? That's not going to like get you very far. But if your goal is to maintain health, right, and have a clear mind, then you can start off slow, right? Let's try to read that again. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, right? You're nurturing your mind because you can only, you're carrying something that you can, right? Which is the mindset of reaching a healthy body and a healthy mind, right? Rather than to just impress or whatever reason that you may have, right? So again, a very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed. You're not restless, right? You're not itching to reach your goal immediately, right? Because you know you're going to get it, right? Because you're reaching it from a place of consistency and sincere, right? You want to have a healthy body. You want to use your body for good things, right? Help in the house, right? Just remain active, right? This is Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 27. The slothful man roasteth not that which he took in hunting, but but the substance of a diligent man is precious, right? So for a diligent man, right, his substance is his body, right? I'm just, sharing my interpretation, right? So a diligent man, right, is his has his body. If he takes care of that substance, right? Excuse me. If he takes care of that substance, right, it's going to be precious to him. It's going to be useful to him, right? It's going to take him in a lot of ways that is useful, right? The slothful man roasted not that which he took in hunting, right? He didn't use it, right? It's like it's going to, if you don't roast what you catch, right, it's going to what? It's going to spoil, right? It's going to rot, right? It's the same thing with your body. If you don't use it, right, then you're most likely a slothful man that roasted not that which he took in hunting, right? The Most High gave you a body, right? Therefore, take care of it, nurture it, right? But the substance of a diligent man is precious, right? You can consider your body a substance, right? Therefore, you must use it, right? Work it out, be active, proactive, right? And it's going to be beneficial to you, not just to you, but also the people that are around you. See? So, build that, right? And that's going to be helpful along with you in the way, right? So that's our meditation today, right? It's a good thing to meditate when you first brain dump, whatever it is that you experience in a day. Then afterwards, let the scriptures confirm it, you know. And I observed that from SOT, or Sons of Thunder Israelites. Their leader would talk, right? And the scripture will be like the confirmation or the seed that will get planted, right? Because if you plant a seed, you first take care of the soil, right? It's the same thing as brain dumping first. You need to create enough space, right, so that the seed or the knowledge or wisdom can be planted, right? Which is the scripture, right? So I guess that's our meditation for the day, is that the important thing is to have consistency, have less, right? And with that, it's going to get nurtured along the way, right? So at the end of the day, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Thank you for listening and have a nice evening.